Okay, given an integer array, nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. Wait, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then let me just read the examples. It's pretty straightforward, but 1, 2, 3, 1. We see in 1, 1, there's a duplicate. So any value appears at least twice. So there's a duplicate, so this is true. All these are distincts, this would be false. Duplicates in here, true. I guess the first thing I'd like to do is start off just with assumptions. Can num be an empty array? Can num be, like, how long can it be? What are the integers, right? They can't be real numbers, they can't be decimals. Same thing, decimal, real number, whatever. They can't be like rational numbers, all that stuff. Integers, can that be negative, positive? Can there be a zero? Dichotomy. So there are 4 things I like to consider when thinking of different edge cases: size, dichotomy, order, boundaries. I think I've considered most of that. Let's check down here. Constraints. Yeah, it can be negative. I guess it could be 0 as well, and it has to be at least 1. Okay, so I mean, immediately I'm thinking, I don't know if this is really needed, but if length is num, that's just true. Like yeah, do I need a capital T or, yeah, capital T? Like, you can't have, there's no duplicates possible. Now, in terms of I have a whiteboard here. I was going to say, in terms of a brute force method, I don't really need a whiteboard for this, to be honest, but it's just brute force. You go through the entire array, and what would be the brute force method? I guess, like, if I were to do this on paper, I would like make a note, just be like, hey, 1, I see 1, and I make like a tally, right? So I see 1 one time, and then I see 2 one time, I see 3 one time, and then I see 1. This is the second occurrence, so I just increase the tally. So kind of like, I don't know if this is brute force or not, but I would create a dictionary with each of the elements. Don't know if I think I'm already optimizing it a little bit, but that's the way I would do it on, like, paper. So I'll start off with that. Go through the entire array, create a dictionary with each of the elements, and if any of the dictionary values is greater than 1, then true, like we have a duplicate. So this time complexity, we would have to go through the entire array. Okay, and then we'd have to go through the entire dictionary, which can be, worst case, n. So 2n, which is just linear time complexity. Space complexity, we have a dictionary which can be up to O of n. Can I optimize this? So let me try. Can I optimize this anyway? Oh, sort. If I binary sort or something. And then, like, the 1s and 1s would be together, 2s would be together. Binary sort. So time complexity, well, it would still be O of n, because, so basically O of n log n for binary search, and then you'd also want to consider n for, like, going through every single one of the elements potentially, right? Worst case. And space complexity, though, space complexity would be constant, so that's an improvement. Can I improve it any more? Can I make it less than linear time? Like, sort is one way. Can I make it log n? What, a tree maybe? I don't think so. Okay, well, I'll stick with the optimal approach. I'm timing myself for 15 minutes for this question. I think 5 or 6 minutes have already passed. So let me go through the optimal approach. I've written down the brute, like the case there. What should I do with these notes? I'll just keep it at the bottom. So I don't need to implement. I don't need to implement the sort. Python has the sort already. For I in range 1 to length of nums, if nums I is equal to nums I minus 1, return true. Otherwise, return false. I think that's good. I can run through this just quickly for this. So if it's length of 1, then just return true automatically. We sort the nums, it'd be 1, 1, 2, 3. For I in range 1 to length of nums. If we have 1 here and then 0 here, I think we should never have an index out of order kind of error, because we're always starting at 1, can only go to 0, so that shouldn't be a problem. And if it's just 1, I mean, if it's just the length is 1, it will return true, so never do be that. It'll be 2 at most, so should be good. And then just return true, because they'd be beside each other, 1 and 1. Same thing here, 1 and 1. Like there shouldn't be any problem here. If any value appears at least twice in the array and return false if every element is distinct. Yeah, if all of them, if none of this is true, then return false. I feel like there's a better way to do this, but I'll leave it at that. Let me run. Accepted, and let's submit. RIP. Okay, what case did I not consider? Almost there, 75 to 76. So why is that not distinct? Hold on, did I not read the instructions properly? Oh, apparently I did this question already. Hold on, description. Given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array. Oh. Sorry. So if it's just one value, then if it's just one element in the array, it should be false. I didn't think that through properly. Yep, okay. Let's submit that. It should be good now. Lovely. All right, and I have a little, I think it's called Leetcode 3.0, a little extension that if you push it, it just automatically pushes towards your GitHub, which is pretty cool. So that's good. All right, 10 minutes for that question. I'll take a screenshot for this. I gotta just note it down for progress sake. I should probably note down my, oh, whoops. Let me just delete this. I'm just gonna note that down. There we go. All right, ending this video.